can't give away early rounds in this fight like he has with some other fighters.
I don't pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Guess what? Sparring and fighting is two different things. And y'all know how we carry it. Guess what? You can't make no mistakes from 1 to 12.
Why do you think Gervonta decided not to show up? He said something about the promotion. He's not liking it.
Again, that's Gervonta. You know what I'm saying? Gervonta, how many times y'all heard? Nah, I mean, I don't train for knockouts. I don't train for knockouts. I train for punch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see a Joker get knocked out. Lucky punch. I didn't see the punch. I don't remember nothing. You whoop him. Yeah, I remember that fight, man. That was the hardest fight I had. Yeah.
I need you to push his button because I haven't seen it yet. I know what's under this hood, and it ain't been pushed yet.
Roach, you know I'm fucking with you, fans. We've been doing this for years. That night, I look at all the fights. I know what he coming to do, and y'all know what he coming to do. But y'all don't know. We have history. Everybody should tune into this because I know.
At the recent press conference, while Gervonta Davis remained unusually quiet and gave only one-word answers, it was his trainer Calvin Ford who stole the spotlight, taking direct shots at Lamont Roach. Davis's silence surprised many, but some believe he was staying locked in and focused mentally as the high-stakes rematch approaches.
Kenny here, all is here. You know, everybody was putting that energy in the air.
This was a different side of Tank, quiet and composed, unlike his usual fiery self who taunts opponents at press conferences. With Davis silent, Lamont Roach matched the calm energy, answering questions respectfully and maintaining a subdued tone. The atmosphere remained unusually solemn until trainer Calvin Ford took the mic and reignited the tension with fiery remarks.
But the fight will be different.
Right, because you could strategize and do different things.
Yeah, it'll be different.
What do you feel like Lamont Roach is really good in? Like, do you feel like his inside game is probably like underrated? What do you feel like his best attribute is?
In a surprising twist of the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. rematch press conference, Coach Calvin Ford seized a moment to express his frustrations over Roach's behavior following their first fight, reigniting tension between camps.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% full fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter, hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night.
Ford voices frustration with Roach's post-fight behavior, criticizing him for appearing on various shows and podcasts claiming victory in a bout he believes Gervonta Davis clearly won. According to Ford, the tension has been simmering for a while, fueled by Roach's repeated comments and attitude, which Ford sees as disrespectful toward his fight.
I want to be just like Tank. Just, we won't put that work in. Yeah. Just
hey, we got off the cameras once. It ain't about the dub today. It's about you got that will against will. I don't know. I know I can. I ain't even pushed no button yet. I came from a different.
Ford didn't hold back at the press conference, repeatedly emphasizing that Roach was never on Gervonta Davis's level, not even during their amateur days. He claimed Roach only enjoys his current spotlight because Tank allowed it. Ford fired sharp shots, accusing Roach of disrespecting the face of boxing. Roach, clearly caught off guard, tried to defend himself, but Ford was relentless. His criticisms focused not just on Roach's attitude, but also on the controversy surrounding their first fight, where Roach controversially claimed victory despite Davis being declared the winner.
Tank Davis just been released to the public. You know now, December 14th, Houston, Texas, he's going to be facing a very tough opponent in Lamont Roach. Can you tell us a little bit about the history between them two?
Oh man, they've been knowing each other from
the amateurs, silver gloves, everything. They grew up actually together, you know. Roach and him, back and forth battles and whatnot. It's gonna be a pretty interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Because Roach always he come to fight, and I think it's a great fight. Everybody.
Ford believes Roach's actions, tweets, and public comments have painted Gervonta "Tank" Davis as a target for criticism within the boxing community. His message to Roach was direct. The disrespect won't go unanswered, and fight night will bring a brutal response. Ford promised a real Tank would show up and explode. Their fiery exchange added even more intensity to an already heated and highly anticipated press conference.
He watched him and said, boom, and I see the light will take. You know, I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight.
The upcoming rematch between Davis and Roach is expected to be a tightly contested battle, with both fighters eager to prove themselves as a top contender in the lightweight division. However, it was Coach Calvin Ford's fiery comments that stole the spotlight, casting doubt on Roach's character and sportsmanship. Although Roach tried to dismiss the remarks, it was clear they struck a nerve. As fight night approaches, the tension between Ford and Roach continues to escalate. Ford's outburst has ignited widespread debate within the boxing community, with fans and fighters alike chiming in on the
do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued.
Roach's response to Ford's sharp remarks will be telling, and it remains to be seen how he'll handle the added pressure leading up to his rematch with Davis. Meanwhile, Team Davis remains confident, boldly predicting a dominant performance. The big question now is whether Davis can live up to the hype and deliver. Interestingly, Lamont Roach isn't the type to be intimidated by Calvin Ford. In fact, Roach previously pushed back on claims that Davis wasn't his best during their first fight, insisting he earned a performance and wasn't facing a diminished.
Right now, like you said, we got Rumble. We got Rumble, so it don't matter to me right now. And I'm going to take full advantage of that because it's like he got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Or he losing this fire. Now he losing this fire. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the last press conference. When I got up on him, towards the end, you know, he was getting this, you know what I'm saying? He was getting it back. I told him, I said, oh, there that fire go right there. That's what I want to fight the best. I want to fight the best version of him. You want the best version of thing? Yeah.
Following the fight, a common narrative among fans was that Gervonta Davis, who entered as a heavy favorite, may be overrated based on how the bout played out. However, few are more qualified to weigh in than Lamont Roach, who went the full 12 rounds with him. During his appearance on the March 18th episode of the It Is What It Is podcast, Roach addressed the topic directly and set the record straight on whether he believes Davis is truly overrated or simply didn't perform to expectations that night.
Nas, you got anything else for Lamont?
Yo, last question. I just want to know, how has your life changed since the fight, man? You know, obviously we follow each other on social media. I see your followers went up, all of the other stuff kind of going up. How has things changed for you since the fight has happened?
Bro, literally overnight, it changed. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I got walking around with security. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I walk around with my peoples. Like, it's crazy. I can't do the same stuff that I used to.
I definitely want people to know he was on his A game that night, 100%. Roach said, just because he didn't meet everyone's expectations doesn't mean he fought a bad fight. People are calling him trash and overrated, but he's a good fighter. I was in there thinking, I have to go all out. It didn't take anything away from him. That's what made the fight so competitive, he added. With that, Roach dismissed the overrated claims and gave Davis credit for a strong performance. Now, both fighters will get a chance to prove who's truly superior when they meet.
I can't go to the grocery store. I can't go nowhere, bro. Like, I can't do nothing. And it's crazy. Like, it's just crazy because I know that that's what this come with if I get to the level that I'm supposed to be. But when it really happened to you, like, you sit back and look at it like, damn, like, this really happened.
Unsurprisingly, Coach Calvin Ford has a history of intimidating Tank's opponents. Even in Tank's last bout against a Detroit fighter, Ford represented him in his absence and made bold, unsettling remarks. Many believe his mind games played a role in the opponent's 8th-round knockout loss, showcasing Ford's psychological tactics.
So everything is good with Calvin? Is this the first time he's not the head trainer in a while?
Yeah, for sure. Calvin, again, I said Calvin's pops. You know what I mean? He will always be around. You know what I mean? So that's pops, like I said. So he'll always be there. It's, without Calvin, it wouldn't be no me. You know what I mean? Because at first, when I came into the...
He scares me in camp with the things he's doing and how mature he's become, Coach Calvin Ford said. When he steps in the ring, he's going to hurt Frank Martin. Speaking to Fight Hype, Ford emphasized Davis's intense focus, recalling how he listens and absorbs everything. He also urged fans not to overanalyze Davis's absence.
Watch them in camp. It scares me. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that he's doing and his maturity of, how would you say?
I want to apologize to fans, Coach Calvin Ford said, dampening the excitement that had been building for over 90 minutes since the press conference was scheduled to begin. He can't make it at this moment because he's been delayed, but trust me, he's going to make it up to y'all on fight night. You're going to want to see the performance he's about to deliver. Ford then addressed the crowd more personally. How long y'all been knowing Tank, man? I used to question him like y'all do, but I stopped. Let him do what he does, because at the end of the day, that's what makes Tank Tank. He acknowledged that sometimes people just don't feel up to showing up, hinting that Davis may be dealing with something physical or mental. I don't know how his body is, he added. Still, when asked if Davis would appear later, Ford remained hopeful and optimistic.
Press conference. Let's look at history. Let's look at the stats. So, again, how many times y'all came here, y'all? He did. One time he did show up.
Tank has never missed a press conference before. Just look at the history and the stats. Finally, Calvin Ford issued a warning to Davis's opponent on his behalf, saying loud and clear,
For the fans, the conspiracy there's no concerns, No, we great. We great. Trust me. Y'all want y'all guy to come out and put on that show for y'all. Trust me.
We're back in business. We've been waiting for this for a while, Coach Calvin Ford said, referring to Gervonta Davis's first fight in 14 months. We want to put on a great performance for the fans. Despite the excitement, many believe Lamont Roach did enough in their first bout to deserve the win and hand Davis his first professional loss. A major point of controversy was the 9th round, when Davis took a knee but wasn't penalized. The round was scored 10-9 in Davis's favor, when many argue it should have been 10-8 for Roach. That scoring decision has led many to believe Davis escaped with an unearned result. Lamont Roach confirmed in an interview that talks of an immediate rematch are heating up. Speaking on a podcast, Roach made it clear he does not want referee Willis anywhere near the ring for the next bout. Hell no, he can't do the next fight, Roach insisted. Look at how many times he messed that fight up. The knee, Tank going to the corner for assistance. I'm not saying it was cheating, but the coach wiped his face with a towel. You can't do that. That's a disqualification. Roach also pointed out, he turned his back on the ref after taking a knee. Usually the ref would say, all right, you don't want to fight anymore, fight's off.
Hey, Davis.
Truthfully speaking, it wasn't really hard to focus. I've been an underdog before, obviously not a huge underdog, but when you go back to the Jamel fight, world title fight, I was an underdog. When you go back to the Hector fight, I was an underdog. Very disrespectful underdog, honestly. So now when we get here to the Tank fight, it's just like, all right, here we go again. I feel like when my back is against the wall or against the ropes, it's like, it's time to show up.
Roach's petition to the New York State Athletic Commission to overturn the result was denied, but both teams had already agreed that an immediate rematch was the next step. Reports indicated the bout could take place by late June. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm signed and sealed. We're just waiting on the other half, Roach said. However, things took an unexpected turn when Roach's team pushed for a further review of the fight. While their intention was to proceed with a rematch regardless, the move inadvertently delayed the process. Ironically, A fight that had little buzz leading up to its March 1st date between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach has become the hottest topic in boxing. In the aftermath, controversy, debate, and drama have fueled massive interest in a rematch everyone now wants to.
Judge at the ringside, Eric Marlinski scores about 115 to 113 in favor of Gervonta Davis. Judges Steve Weisfeld and Glenn Feldman both scored about 114 to 114, even a draw. The decision is a majority draw.
This renewed interest is largely due to the controversial 9th round, where Davis took a knee, then walked his corner to have his face wiped with a towel before rejoining the fight, none of which was penalized by referee Steve Willis, sparking outrage and calls for review.
You're now officially moving up to 35?
I mean, we gonna see. I mean, like, so I'm gonna be the champion both ways.
Right.
And if there's no opportunity to unify at 35, I'm gonna unify at 30. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen.
The bout was ultimately ruled a majority draw, setting the stage for an inevitable rematch between the two lightweight contenders. Gervonta Davis entered the fight as a heavy favorite, widely regarded as one of the most powerful pound-for-pound punchers in boxing. Many expected him to land clean shots and finish Roach early, but that didn't happen. Now, in the aftermath, fans are questioning whether Davis has been overrated all along, and if Roach may have exposed some flaws in his game. Keyshawn Davis, the newly crowned WBO lightweight champion with a 13-0 record and 9 knockouts, no relation to Gervonta Davis, has expressed interest in fighting the winner of the rematch. During a recent appearance on the Porterway podcast, Keyshawn directly addressed the growing narrative and weighed in on whether Lamont Roach truly exposed Tank Davis.
That's a generous call from him. Did he not take a knee? Took him out. Took him out. That's right. Oh, here comes Davis. Davis exploding. And then Roach took the shots and fired back some of his own. Short left hand from Roach. Counter right hand lands by the challenger. Davis misses with the left of Roach. Check right hand in round 10, where Roach has landed 8 of 26.
That fight that they had was a phenomenal fight. That joint was like one of the fights. I feel like could be one of the fights of the year. High level, skill level, 2 boxers in there, but still trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I understand a fight like that because I fight how they was fighting. I just feel like I do a better job at it.
I don't think he got exposed, Keyshawn Davis said about Tank. I just think Lamont was better than everyone expected. Lamont can really fight. I thought Tank would knock him out. So he proved me wrong. He's better than we gave him credit for, but I don't think Tank was exposed or anything like that. Props to Keyshawn Davis for staying respectful and not piling on Tank like many others in the boxing world, showing class and fairness in his assessment of both fighters.
With that is number 3 for me. That's how I feel.
Sauce Walker was just here the other day.
Yeah.
I asked him what he thought about the fight. He's a huge boxing fan. You know that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Huge boxing fan. He knows how to box too. He knows how to throw his hands.
He showed me some videos.
Yeah, he said, I want to see that. I said, what do you think happened? He said, he said, Roach won convincingly.
Yeah.
He said, he said, I don't care about the knee. He goes, but I'm going to tell you what. If I were Roach, I ain't doing the rematch.
At the Barclays Center, Gervonta Tank Davis stepped in to defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach Jr. in a bout many expected to be Tank's showcase. While he ultimately retained his title, what truly captured attention was a controversy and claims of favoritism that many believe denied Roach a rightful victory.
The parts of his life that it's hard for him to use all of it inside the ring. So I think I think therapy helped. That's it.
Is it a similar fight, or is it completely different now that both have had time with each other in 12 rounds?
It depends on who make the most adjustments.
Yeah. Yeah. They usually say the rematch favors the boxer. Who would be the boxer in this?
Hell, they both were some boxers, but Tank is a knockout puncher. He can win, he can lose 3-4.
It's worth noting that Roach began outplaying Davis at his own game right from the start. Known for taking the early rounds to study his opponents, Tank found himself matched by an equally cautious Roach. who landed no more than 8 punches in the opening rounds. It wasn't until the 6th round that Davis finally connected it with 11 significant punches. With 2:17 remaining in the round and Roach pressing forward with 3 consecutive offensive flurries, Davis unexpectedly turned to his right, took a knee, and walked to his corner in a bizarre sequence. A team member quickly wiped his face with a towel. Even the coach, as stunned as the commentators and fans, asked, "What's going on, man?" The real issue was that taking a knee is typically ruled a knockdown. Yet in Davis's case, referee Steve Willis didn't see it that way. The fight ultimately ended in a controversial majority draw with scorecards reading 115 to 113, 114 to 114, and 114 to 114, leaving Tank's once perfect record now 30-0-1. And fans...
Knock your ass the hell out. You're going to get caught. He caught Lamont, but Lamont didn't go nowhere. So I favor the boxer. In most of my fights, girls have been stronger than me, and I'm the better boxer. And I've always favored myself, so I guess I favor Lamont Roach in a rematch.
All right, Clarissa, any parting words? Anything you want to say?
The rematch that you fought.
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't give me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night.
Davis, however, offered an unexpected explanation for his controversial actions during the fight. Speaking to a crowd of over 1,900 fans, many of whom were booing, he said, "I just got my hair done 2 days ago. She put grease in it, and when I started sweating, it dripped into my eyes and burned. These are real facts. Just look at my hair, I just got it done." Despite the criticism, Davis remained unfazed, adding, "It's all cool, man. They love you, then they hate you, and then they turn around and love you again. That's just how it is."
I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor.
Nice right uppercut, left hook. Oh, another right hand, another right left by Roach. Davis fighting on even terms here in the 11th. Both of them have landed same amount of punches. We're still talking to Tank. And Davis keeps the body shot. And another left hook, upstairs right hand. Left, oh, but there's a counter left from Davis.
The decision is a majority draw.
I let the reactions speak for themselves.
"My ticket hit tonight," Ford said, referring to the outcome he had confidently predicted. For those unfamiliar with boxing, the fight unfolded just as he expected. His success as a coach stems from his unwavering dedication, which has helped transform countless young athletes into champions and revive boxing in Baltimore. Ford's philosophy, built on hard work, determination, and an unrelenting pursuit of excellence, continues to inspire. His remarkable life even served as the basis for the character Dennis Cuddy, Wise in the acclaimed series The Wire, highlighting his influence beyond the ring. At the heart of Ford's coaching is a deep commitment to instilling discipline, resilience, and purpose in those he mentors. His efforts not only shape skilled fighters, but also provide structure and hope to youth in need, showing how one individual can truly uplift an...
Because it looked so crazy on the video.
Dude, I gotta see it.
You didn't see it?
I seen it, but there's a lot going on. Hold on, let's
When faced with adversity, not everyone can be a beacon of hope, but for Calvin Ford, it's just part of the job. His resilience and influence continue to shape lives both inside and outside the boxing ring. What are your thoughts on the highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach? How do you feel about Calvin Ford's bold comments at the press conference? Let us know in the comments section below. That's it for now. But for the latest updates, highlights, and breaking news from the boxing world, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications.